5 scary ghost videos that will leave you in disbelief. The Haunted One. The following couple of videos come to us from a YouTuber called The Haunted One. The unknown woman documents the crazy poltergeist activity in and around her own home. The relatively small channel started uploading the odd video to YouTube about a year ago and has managed to capture some really creepy stuff. The first of which shows what the uploader and her viewers think could be a shadow figure peeking out from around a corner in the uploader's old house. What looks like mist of sorts appears to peek out from behind a wall in the near distance. However, this was not the only time the original uploader captured this unknown thing on camera. On another date, an apparition of sorts emerges out of nowhere in what looks to be the uploader's kitchen. Many viewers of the original videos suggest that this woman's house may just be haunted. Looking through her other videos, I came across a clip which shows a doll cabinet door within her bedroom opening by itself. In this video, she goes on to say that some of her collectible dolls are from the mid-1800s, which I guess could well be the origin for all of this activity around her house. Who knows? The unknown uploader has recorded and uploaded many of these videos through her motion cameras. To rewatch these videos I've just shown and many other creepy clips, check out her channel at The Haunted One. Never-ending happiness. Disneyland, as we all know, is one of the most magical and happiest places on Earth, simply because it's the place where dreams come true. However, with over 10 million visitors per year, Disneyland also happens to be one of the busiest places in the world. With security cameras in almost every corner of the park, it probably wouldn't be too much of a surprise if something unusual was recorded. The following 2 clips show what the original uploaders think could possibly be ghost sightings inside the also famous park. The first of which was recorded inside the Tower of Terror while a maintenance man was performing a routine check. The mechanic himself didn't see anything strange, but the unknown person sitting in front of this particular security camera did. Not long after the ride starts, we see what appears to be the outline of a person sitting behind the maintenance man. The figure appears for a split second and then gone the next. The transparent figure then emerges again, this time 4 or so seats away from the maintenance man. The silhouette of a person pops up as if out of nowhere. The person-like apparition is seemingly dressed in light blue or white and disappears almost straight away. Once more near the end of the video, this figure shows itself once again, and this time quite clearly, arms stretched out almost as if they're holding on to the restraints. It honestly does look like someone transparent is riding the Tower of Terror, feeling the fear of the ride, and holding on for dear life. Now, this video surfaced online back in 2014, and Disney fans around the world came to the conclusion that the so-called apparition was that of a former bellhop for the ride. Apparently, a past worker for the Tower of Terror ride collapsed and died while on the platform working one day years ago. Perhaps this is him? This, of course, is not the only time Disneyland workers have suggested that there has been a somewhat invisible or non-paying guest in the park. A very faint-like light is seen in another video seen on security camera from above the boarding to the ride space mountain. More difficult to see than the last video and a lot easier to dismiss, simply because it could be nothing more than a smudge on the camera lens or just a blue light. The haunted mansion within Disneyland has also had an apparent ghost sighting a year prior in 2013, when a silhouette of a childlike apparition was seen walking out of the popular ride and down the pathway and out the front gates. Multiple cameras captured this unknown thing strolling through the rest of the park, looking as if it were enjoying itself. Could the all-famous park be occupied by more than just regular paying guests? Who knows? Jersey haunting. Last week I featured a young man named Matt from TikTok. If you've watched last week's video, you would have seen how Matt documents the spooky stuff that happens around his house. You see, Matt and his mother believe that the house that they live in quite possibly is haunted. This is because over the years the pair of them have witnessed many weird and just plain creepy things inside the house. Things such as doors and other miscellaneous objects around their house moving seemingly on their own, as I showed in the previous video. However, I failed to acknowledge the videos I featured weren't anywhere close to the creepiest things Matt has uploaded. Back in April of this year, Matt was chilling and playing some COD in the early hours of the morning when he became aware of this.
Bro, I'm playing f***ing COD, and look at this f***ing door. You cannot make it up. Look at this. Bro, nobody is home. My f***ing family is in Cancun, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Bro. What the f***? Bentley? Bro, are you f***ing kidding me right now? Are you f***ing kidding me right now? What the f***? Bro. Holy. Why is this door open? What the f*** is going on?
Matt pauses his game for a sec when he notices that his ensuite door is seemingly moving on its own. He gets up and checks the bathroom. However, not only was there no one in there, but the toilet appeared to have just been flushed. What's more is that Matt rushes downstairs to find that not only is there another bathroom being messed with, but realizes that a back door has somehow been opened. If that wasn't creepy enough though, Matt recorded another TikTok video during the day inside his house telling his viewers a creepy story. Problem was, I don't think his viewers were the only ones listening.
Alright, so one of the craziest stories I have is a chocolate chip cookie story. So one night, I asked my mom, make me some chocolate chip cookies. I'm in my dad's office. I'm helping him connect his printer to the computer. My sisters are watching a movie in their room. So my mom makes the cookies and goes watch the movie. Nobody else is downstairs. So she tells me they're done. I go downstairs to go eat some chocolate chip cookies. They're not there. I'm like, Mom, where the is the chocolate chip cookies? The girls are like, I don't know. My dad's in his room in the office. There's nobody else around. And I'm bugging out. I'm like, they're not there. They're gone. There's a tray, no cookies. So I'm telling my dad, like, they're nowhere to be found. He's like saying, yeah, I know, they got up, walked away, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh yeah, they're probably in the basement. So I go downstairs to the basement. They're on the bottom of the steps on a plate. And we're literally bugging out. We think somebody's in our house. The cops come to our house. They go downstairs to start looking. And this one lady cop almost shot the Freddy Krueger statue.
Now, this story, as spooky as it may be, wasn't the real reason I wanted to feature this video. You see, near the end of Matt's story, we see something. What appears to be the face or set of eyes of sorts peeks out from behind a wall from above on the upstairs level. It really does look like an unknown someone was watching or listening from above. His viewers pointed this out just minutes after posting this video. Confused by this, and I assume somewhat frustrated by the doubtful comments, Matt records and uploads another quick follow-up video showing or explaining how he honestly doesn't know what it could have possibly been.
For everyone saying that's a light up there, there's nothing there. There's one light there, and all there is over here is a fire alarm. Absolutely nothing over there. Nothing. I'm telling you, bro. Nothing. I'll go all angles. Look. And here it is from up top. One light here, fire alarm, and this is where it was. Whatever it was. Wild, bro.
I don't know about you guys, but Matt and his videos remind me a lot of another young guy who also posted similar videos about a year or so ago. Nick Samino was a young man who also started to document the crazy things happening in and around his own house, which were alike to this. Regardless of what this could possibly be occupying Matt's house, I have no doubt it hasn't finished yet. I recommend giving him a follow on his TikTok page as he's got some really creepy and compelling videos. Links of course are down below. Last Resort. This video was uploaded to YouTube just over 4 months ago. User Ting usually uploads funny and music related content. However, the last video they uploaded was much different. In late February of this year, YouTube user Ting uploaded a video that gained a lot of attention. You see, the clip in question appears to show some type of possible paranormal activity inside the back or security room from within a resort somewhere in Jamaica. The 2-minute video is recorded from another phone and is divided into 4 different parts, the first of which shows what the original recorder thinks could be a door opening on its own.
And when you see the ceiling tile just fall, and she's like, we're at a resort? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put it down.
Where the raccoon fell through the... Not the raccoon,
door
the possum
opens.
fell through the...
I hit that big ugly thing.
What the hell? I'm sorry. I just need to show my people. That is insane.
It's somewhat hard to see, but it looks as if a door opens by itself. Now, of course, this could possibly be nothing more than a draft opening it. Who knows? The next part, however, is a little harder to explain. Check this out.
Okay, here it is. Oh my gosh.
What were you thinking in that moment? Yeah.
How long did you stay out of the room?
30-40 minutes.
A woman sitting at the desk is met with confusion when, out of nowhere, her hair is seemingly touched or moved by something that just can't be seen. Now, you may think that this could also be wind or a draft of sorts, but if you look closely, you'll find that the unknown woman's hair moves abruptly and only in one spot. A lot of people could brush these 2 clips off as simply just a coincidence. However, of course, there are 2 more clips that show some more unusual activity.
So nothing happened after.
I was by myself that night.
This is insane.
So because you weren't worried that you might hear those doors open and no one come through last night?
No, the music did come on again last night.
Something is wrong with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
It
something
did it
is
twice.
wrong with it. Something is wrong
And
with it.
it wasn't loud, but it was just like going in and out softly. I thought it was Joey just being loud.
This third clip shows a partly collapsed wheelchair move slightly backwards after a man walks into the back office looking for something. The wheelchair looks as if it blocks the man from walking back out the room for a second. At first, you may think, well, it could just be an uneven floor or yet another draft. But if you watch again, you'll see that the unknown man clearly pushes the wheelchair back in place, and instead of rolling back, it remains stationary. So, who knows what's going on here? The fourth and final part to this original video has to be the creepiest and shows, well, just check this out and let me know what you think.
And I yelled at him, I was like, Joey, Joseph. And he was like, what? And I was like, is that you? Seriously? And he was like, that isn't me. I'm not even on my phone. I'm watching TV. And he was watching something on the news channel or TV or whatever. And he was like, I'm not even on my phone. It was the music over here. Because it didn't sound loud. It sounded like it was kind of soft, whatever. And I yelled at my brother because I thought it was him. And it was the music. And I was like,
Something is wrong with the control.
yeah. No, there is.
This last clip shows the original office once again, and the lights in that room flickering on and off in rapid succession, followed by some type of weird transparent mist or something appearing to the right of the screen behind the two office workers. As soon as they stand up and turn around to face in the direction of where this thing appears, it immediately disappears and the office lights stop flickering. Now, could this be nothing more than a power surge? Could the transparent apparition type thing in the corner of the screen be nothing more than a reflection from the person recording the phone? Give me your thoughts on all of this down below, and don't forget that the original video came from the YouTube user Ting, just in case you want to rewatch the original video uninterrupted. Museum of Shadows. Museum of Shadows Investigation or Paranormal Experience is housed in a historic building in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. Owned and run by Nate and Kaylee, the Museum of Shadows has been voted one of the nation's most haunted museums. It houses over 3,000 verified haunted artifacts donated from not only across the United States, but multiple countries. Visitors have reported being physically touched, seen apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, children laughing, running, and much more. Poltergeist activity has been caught and verified through their security cameras as well, some of which you may have seen elsewhere before. However, the Museum of Shadows YouTube channel has over 100 videos, most of which show supposedly real paranormal activity inside the building. One night in December of 2020, right before the museum closed for the night, a mirror in a child's coffin turns around and follows a museum guest before falling over. The guest obviously hears the mirror falling to the ground, gets a fright, and turns around. This is just one example of what happens at the Museum of Shadows. Ada, one of many haunted dolls within the building, moves and tries to get out of her case. This was caught on security camera in the middle of the night. Ada has been voted one of the most haunted dolls in the world. But this haunted doll and small mirror are definitely not the only things that have been caught moving seemingly on their own. An old wheelchair in what looks to be the basement of the historic building starts to move around all on its own, with no one in sight. Nate and Kaylee have spent the last 4 years or so capturing and uploading dozens of creepy clips that you see here. However, I'm going to assume being there at the museum is a whole different story. If you live in Nebraska or nearby, be sure to check out the Museum of Shadows. YouTube and website listed below. The following image was found online and the description of it wrote, "While aboard the Queen Mary a few years back, my Uncle George took this picture of what he thought was an ordinary vestibule. When he got home, he printed out this picture, but wasn't expecting to find what looks like a ghost walking down the hall. My uncle is 78 and does not believe in ghosts, but this freaked him out. He doesn't even like to talk about the incident. I was just watching a special on the top 10 most haunted places, and when the Queen Mary was listed, I felt compelled to send in this picture. If you or someone you know has taken a creepy video or photo and you think it's scary enough to be in a future video, send it to Submit.shadowman@gmail.com and you may just see it in an upcoming video.